Hi everyone, myself Yogesh Maitre, Assistant Professor working in KQ College of Horticulture, Nashik. Today I am going to presenting on the nursery and planting of the Morus alba. There are Morus alba, all know about the Morus alba. Botanical name is Morus alba, or the common name is in Marathi called as the tuti or the tooth. Their family is Moraceae, and first of all, in nursery technique, most important part is the seed collection and storage. First of all, the ripe fruit should be collected from the trees. Then, fruit should not be collected from the ground as the seeds, such fruits are generally insect attacks. So, only the fresh, mature, ripe fruits seed from the tree. The fruits are heaped in a shades, rub, and wash in water and separate out the seeds which are dried in the sun for a few days before the storage of the seeds. First of all, these are heaped in a shade, then rub, wash, and separate out of the all the seeds or the pulp are separate. And then after the separating, they should dry the sun before the storage. Then fruit may be pressed in a cloth for the extraction of the juices, and this pulp is then dry in sun, rubbed by hand, either remove the seeds, another methods. Then about 430 to 460 seeds in 1 gram of weight of the seeds. The seeds are stored in gunny bags and is reported lose their vitality completely after the 1 year storage. So the seeds mainly used before the 1 years. Carefully prepared seed can be stored in sealed containers or the sealed tins, which is keeps in wells. The seeds are stratified in a layer of fine dry sand and to keep or the ash to keep the well for the over the 2 years. So at the time of the storage, only mainly the dry sand or the ash it should be mixed in seeds to increase their vitality, seed viability in containers or the gunny bags. In nursery technique, the sowing of the seeds in nursery is done in May, June, or soon after the seed collections. Sowing is done on the line sowing is necessary 20 centimeter apart. Before the sowing of the seeds, stratification is necessary. So stratification is a moist sand at about 5 degrees Celsius temperature for about 30 to 90 days is reported to improving the germinations of the Morus alba, or also the soaking of the seeds in a cold water for about a week is also reported to sustain and increases the uniform germination or the increases the percentage of the germinations. Then pre-sowing treatment of seeds with the kerosene oils is also recommended for to protect from the ant, because this ant is carried out the smallest seeds in their ant house or the ant hill. So kerosene is dip the seeds in kerosene, and then one bottle of kerosene oil is sufficient for the 45 to 30, sorry, 35 to 40 kg of seeds. Then the seeds are mixed with ash or the dry sand or the sawdust for the uniform sowing, because their seeds is very light in weights. That's why you should mix the ash or the dry sand or the sawdust for the uniform sowing or the uniform plantation. After the mixing or the plantation, so sowing of the seeds is covered with a fine, lightly fine soils. And after the covering, they apply the irrigations. Then germination is about a week and maybe complete the another 10 months, sorry, 10 days after the sowing of the seeds. Then the seedlings are transplanted when the seedlings are reach about a 10 centimeter tall, and then spacing about 60 by 60 centimeter. is a spacing of plantings of Morus alba species. Transplanting mainly be done in winter seasons. For the production of the stump, the seedling may be retained in the nursery 1 or 2 years, depending of depending upon their own growth. So that if you farmers want the stump plantation, so these seedlings are retained in the nursery for 1 or 2 years. About 2 centimeter collar diameters is considered to be the most suitable size of stump plantations. Then another one is the next one is the planting technique. Out of two methods are common: planting out the entire plants and the stump plantings. The latter ensure the higher success and is also preferred. The stump are prepared of the 1 to 2 year old seedling for ensuring their collar diameter is normally not less than 1 centimeters. This seedling mainly used as a preparation of the stump. Then stump is about 1.5 to 2 centimeter collar diameter to perform the better as compared to the less than 1 year's diameters. Stump with about 220 centimeter of roots and 8 centimeter shoots are prepared with the sharp tools. So this not split during the preparations. Yeah. So this stump preparation requires the 22 centimeter root sections, although 8 centimeter of shoot section is necessary for preparation of the stump. This stump is removed from the fields and they are wrapped in moist gunny bags with for good transportations. Then planting is either done in a crowbar hole or in a 30 centimeter of pits. Mainly the crowbar is with the help of crowbar, the preparation of a hole in the main fields and then planted uh, of these stump plants. This Morus alba can be raised by planting of a branch cutting also propagated by the branch cutting. This method is, however, not employed for raising of the plantation and employed to multiply the clonal material of a good variety. The spacing depends upon the objectives of the raising of the plantation. Means if you are plantation of the fodder purpose, you should close spacing is necessary, or use all the use of this Morus species for the fruit purpose. The wider spacing is required. And if you are use this Morus alba for the silk production, and the closer spacing is required. Close spacing may be sufficient if these are trees are followed for leaf productions. Wider spacing 4 by 4 meter or the 5 by 5 meter may be necessary if the timber or the leaf production are to be combined.